The Panthers Poundcast is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed on the show are solely those of the presenters and in no way reflect the views of the Panthers organization.
Listener discretion is advised.
You got it.
This is Panthers Poundcast.
All right. Welcome to the Panthers Poundcast.
Is it rolling?
Yeah, it's
We're
been rolling. We're rolling.
We're rolling.
Rolling.
Like Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, you'll notice that we are minus Los Pantera this week.
What tipped you off? The fact that there's two of us?
Well, yeah, that too.
You might notice a new setting as well.
Yeah, we have moved from.
We actually broke in this house somewhere,
Yeah,
and there was all this stuff, so we filmed our show here.
there's evidence from a break-in on the door over there.
Yeah, actually lots of doors. I broke that door. I mean, I didn't break it. He broke it. I'm not incriminating myself. I have
Yeah.
Julius Pepper socks.
Hi.
Hey man, these are comfortable socks. And I'm happy Julius is back.
But you still got the green peppers. You don't have the blue peppers.
Are there blue peppers?
Yeah, they're blue peppers. Blue bell peppers.
I know
Or
that.
purple bell peppers.
Didn't know that either. We like peppers.
There might not be blue bell peppers.
It's been a while, Splinter.
It has.
Life has been weird, but
What?
here we are.
What's been going on in your life, sir?
Nothing. I don't talk about it.
Nothing.
I've been just reading romance novels under the fire about Fabio.
We've gone 3 weeks without a show.
I'll be honest with you, I've been enjoying the wrapping up of the Stanley Cup Finals. Tips off to the Pittsburgh Penguins for repeating, making me a
Yeah.
happy gambling man. Fuck you, Nashville Predators.
Mandrew was like, I can't watch the finals with somebody who's gonna pull for the Penguins.
That's fine. I pull for who's going to win because that's my favorite sport. I don't have to suffer. It's the best. It's the best. But anyway, moving on to our lovely team, we're getting inching centimeterly closer to training camp.
For sure, we got FanFest coming up before too
What is it,
long.
August 4th?
Yeah,
August 4th.
I think that's the right date.
Speaking of you
We gotta
people
be there.
watching, you guys need to circle your calendar on that day and come find us, hang with us. We're going to have a wonderful banner that we
Yeah.
should display on the show eventually. We're
Yeah.
in it today, maybe.
You know
Someone's
what?
going to move off to the side and get a prop.
Yeah.
He had this made, developed from banners on the cheap. If you're looking for a cool banner, you're welcome for the shout out. You did not give us a deal for that. Let me help you, sir. We're going to be the only dudes out there with one of these. And we're going to have a bunch of stickers that say something similar to this. And
I don't even know if they can see all
you
this.
probably can't, but what does it say, Splinter?
Never forget, the Falcons blew a 25-point lead to lose the Super Bowl.
That's all.
Come find us. We'll be walking around, might be in front of the stadium, and we're also going to bring this to the Falcons game in November.
Yes, we are.
We're going to find every single Falcons tailgate and make sure that they haven't forgotten.
And depending on if we can get a big enough army, I wouldn't mind taking that to the away Atlanta game and showing it in
that'd be
that
interesting.
in the dirtiest, grossest, age-ridden city in the universe.
We might die.
Probably, if they could have a shit year all the way up to that game, and then their kind of jest and vigor of the season's already worn off, they do become much easier to deal with as fans. So we could just beat them further into the ground. But yeah, FanFest, August 4th, we think. Check your calendars if it changes. Sometimes they change the date. Come hang out with us. That'll be fun. We had a mini camp.
Yeah, we have had a mini
We had a
camp.
3-day mini camp.
And you know who actually showed up to that mini camp?
Who, Michael Orr?
Michael Orr.
I don't know why, other than that it was mandatory.
He needs to stop.
Yeah, he's going to retire. That's definitely on my list too. The Instagram pic of the 10 bottles,
Yeah,
all for the brain.
but you were really a surprising player for us. But the NFL ain't worth killing yourself over.
And that's the way people are like, oh, I feel so bad for him. Of course you feel bad for him. You worry about his health. You hope he can have a quality of life after the career.
Right.
On the same token, look at where he came from. His life was arguably awful and heading nowhere. He got just a shift of fate, hits the pros, wins a Super Bowl his first year. Mm-hmm. I mean, not a bad turn.
He has a Super Bowl ring. He's gotten multiple paychecks. It's time to just
enjoy it from the
Yeah.
stands, man. If you want to be in the game, instead of beating
Coach.
up Uber drivers, coach, scout, front office. You got 1,000 things you can do. Or just sit at home in Nashville and enjoy
your millions of dollars.
We do appreciate your service, but dude, we just, in all honesty, just hang it up, man. It's over, bro. Just retire. Save your brain.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything. Go sign Blindsides at a fucking Comic-Con or something.
Dude, you have any idea how much money he could make doing that?
Not for nothing. I know he hates it. It's a good movie.
I enjoy it.
Sandra Bullock's hot shit in it.
It makes you feel good.
It does make you feel good. And it makes you, it's cool just to see that someone take a charitable stand and then turn into a Super Bowl player who was just on the streets with nowhere to live.
And it reminds you that Michael Orr once got into the 98th percentile in protective instincts.
That's a fact. He protects his family. But anyway, we're seriously, all bullshit aside, get better, Michael. You know, this sucks. Stop playing football. You know, whatever. Which brings me to some Bleacher Report news and some postings. They claim, and we obviously went after Matt Khalil because of the Michael Orr situation. Most people saying we threw way too much money at the guy. And the Bleacher Report has quote-unquote said we will watch all the games through our fingers this year because of our contract for Mr. Khalil.
I won't, because the reality is that we were able to get out of that contract fairly easily, fairly quickly. We had to address the left side.
Must have.
Would you rather have Matt Khalil or would you rather have Mike Remmers again? I would rather try something new rather than bringing back Mike Remmers.
Isn't it strange how he's only been gone just a little bit, but then the mention of his name can make you almost stroke out?
Yeah. False start.
The Mike Remmers point is the only thing I'll miss.
When
he finally wasn't wrong that one time. But yeah, I agree, man. You know, he can play. He's playing with his brother. That's going to up his play a little. We got a great coach that will up him a little. He's rested. It's not like he wasn't a great player at a point, you know.
Right.
And we've had plenty of career resurgences when people come back to here. And we don't need him to be the best left tackle in the league. We need him to give Cam Newton 2.5 fucking seconds. That's all. Just 2.5 seconds, maybe 3. And if Cam would throw the damn ball, but we'll have McCaffrey running quick routes. We're going to have quick people this time. We got Samuel. We got McCaffrey running around. We got Stewart blocking. Olsen's Olsen. KB has shown up. That's another thing I've got on the Winston-Salem Journal from camp. KB is in shape. He's looking good. He's out there catching passes and working hard.
You mean that an NFL player can lose 10 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Probably in one day. Because they stand out there in the heat and run around all freaking day. Something us regular fat Joes don't know anything about.
And what I think that was Gettleman was talking about how Kelvin Benjamin's speed is not a vertical speed. It's not going straight line speed. The way that he makes another player miss is by going through them
And up.
Like he's not gonna be the guy to juke you out of your shoes. He's going to be the guy to just run you over because he's 240 pounds.
And catch the ball in triple coverage against Seattle.
Right.
That's the KB we need and know and love. And I do believe he's going to have a good year because of how much shit was talked about him.
And realistically, like, we have talked shit about Kelvin Benjamin in the past.
I will never forgive him for the Chiefs game.
The honest truth is, he had almost 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah, but that strip at the end of the game was unforgivable. Like, you don't let some little midget D-back take the ball out of your hands like that when you could just go down and we win the game.
For sure.
Like, that was a heartbreaker right there. We owned them the whole fucking game, and then we just handed it over. And that's on KB there. That's just on him. And he did have, in my opinion, and the coaches, but just in my watching, some effort issues last year. Getting a little frustrated.
Yeah. Once a play is broken down, just giving up and not blocking.
Yeah, he's got to...
Or not tackling.
I think...
On interceptions.
Last year was a rough year for us. So many reasons. The Super Bowl, the Cam getting murdered and no calls from arrest. I mean, once again, that's last year. I think looking forward, KB's going to do great. I think Khalil will be serviceable. You know, Darrell Williams is going to have to step up. We got old fat boy Moten in there that's going to rotate in and out. Trey Turner's still around. You know, we've got serviceable dudes.
Trey Turner needs to get paid.
That's on the list. That's pretty much the next person. You have your contract situation with Olsen going on right now. That's not going to be a huge shift. And here's a few more million. Olsen, here's man. But Trey Turner is going to be the next guy for sure in line for the big payday. Pro Bowler in his rookie contract. I mean, it's hard to argue with that.
I'm starting to wonder if Andrew Norwell is going to be a cap casualty. I don't know if we're going to be able to pay him.
Wasn't he a second round tender?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
I just don't know if there's going to be enough money left
Well, that's why we keep drafting interior linemen, and
For sure.
this is what happened. Gettleman said it best. He's like, sometimes you run out of money. He mentioned that we did an article where he said this is feeling like 2015 all over again, which is a good omen. He's feeling great about it. We've got a nice bunch of vets with Pep and Cap back in here, and they actually, I can't remember the exact years. There was 4 different years of experience from when you added Roman Harper, Jared Allen, and Peanut Tillman to Peppers, Munnerlyn, and who else did we bring back? And I guess son of a bitch. There was another one. I don't know what I'm talking. Oh, the safety, Mike Adams.
Yeah, Mike Adams.
Those guys have 36 years of experience versus 32 of the other bench. There were 4 more years of experience. We got some good. You can't argue that we didn't make the hole in the middle of safety better with this guy. I don't care if he's old.
Okay.
Good
Would
luck
you
Trey
rather
Boston.
have take 2015 versus this year? Would you rather have Mike Adams or Roman Harper?
Mike Adams,
Would you rather have Jared Allen or Julius Peppers?
Julius Peppers?
Would you rather have Captain Munnerlyn or who the fuck was our nickelback? Cortland Finnegan?
Yes, Munnerlyn all day. The only one that would step up is I would take Peanut. Any day.
For sure.
His character in the punch, man. He is a single-handed reason why we had so many turnovers that year. It was insane.
I mean, even the forced fumbles that he wasn't a part of, you could see the influence.
Oh yeah, you talk those kids.
Yeah, because Josh Norman would reach in and punch.
All those guys. It was fun to watch that year, man. That was a cool. And the coach, Steve Wilkes, man, I'm excited about him this year being the defensive coordinator. I think we're going to be aggressive. He says we're going to maul our defense after the Patriots. What does that mean to you? You said role players, right?
Role players, it means consistency. You find the people that can run your system, and
Next man up.
you have the unlimited bench. You're always going to get those players that fit your system rather than the superstars. And then some players will become superstars, and if we actually build our defense like the Patriots, we'll probably let those people go.
It just depends. I mean, we're good. We're not gonna. Our whole philosophy won't switch over to how the Patriots know. Well, we have Tom Brady, so we can win every game. It's we're still gonna keep our nuggets of gold, our Luke Kuechly's and our Cams and our Olsons. We're gonna keep our guys.
The Patriots are so strange with Bill Belichick being their GM.
Well, not everyone can be Satan,
True.
so they do have a slight advantage over a lot of us. What else do we have to talk about? One article that was interesting was that Mr. Cam Newton in the Bleacher Report is the number 2 most overhyped player in the NFL, only behind LA Rams Todd Gurley, who, how the hell is he so overhyped? Just because he was so great in college? That's why I hate college.
Well, he came in and he had a really good rookie year, and then he kind of fizzled off last year, but that happens.
And that team sucks. Does that have anything to do with it? When you're behind every game, you don't run the fucking ball. You're throwing to catch up from 3 touchdowns down in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. So that hurts your life. And
who was their quarterback? Case Keenum?
Who fucking knows? They changed injury to benching to drafting a new one every year. They're a dumpster fire, that team. We even beat them last year in their house. So take that. Terrible, LA. Terrible. So anyway, they were talking about Cam's kryptonite is his lack of attention to detail, which can't be argued. I'm sure if Carlos was here, he'd go all over it. There's only attention to details about fashion. But I would disagree. I mean, can he work on his mechanics? Sure. But who can? Tom Brady can work on his mechanics. You're supposed to always practice to get better, no matter what you do, what position. And one thing I'll say in defense of Cam here, which I forgot to write down but remembered, our strength and conditioning coach, each team has its own little set of in-house awards to one another during the phases of the season, and he gave the award for strength and conditioning and working out to Cam over anyone else on the team. He said he couldn't throw, and he's coming here, he's busting ass on the weights, kicking ass conditioning, stretching, flexibility, all the things he needs to do mentally and physically to be the best athlete he can be, and he's above all the guys, the linemen, Luke, Olsen, Peppers. Nobody has worked out as hard as Cam this year, which is exciting to see, because we've seen Cam have bounce back ability. And that's what he does. He's not, I don't care if you like the guy, he's an amazing athlete, and he's not ever going to just be happy with money and no Super Bowl rings or fashion. He wants to fucking win first, more than anything. And I don't care if you want to argue with me, I'll fight you on the streets. Wants to win. You see that guy right there? Wants to win.
I was at my in-laws' house yesterday, and some of Leah's relatives were...
That's the Splintress.
Yeah, the Splintress. Some of her relatives were visiting, and they're from Cleveland, but they're Giants fans. And they said that the only reason they couldn't pull for Carolina was because of Cam Newton, because
we don't want you.
He has too much fun. Is really what they they had.
Which is another just thing that is so retarded to me. I like fun. I enjoy fun. I want to have fun all the time.
They're like, he can't be taken seriously as a leader, and that's why he'll never win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
And then I was like, Jim McMahon has a Super Bowl.
It's preposterous to think that you can't have a good time and win a Super Bowl. And when we do win our Super Bowl this year or next year or the next year, we're gonna win one. I do feel that in my bones. I do. We've been too close to it. We made the playoffs 3 out of 4 years. We're gonna get there, and we're doing this. We're following history. We're doing the Seattle. We're doing the Denver. We're doing the thing where we get to the top, fucking blow it, and then come back to the top and nail it. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. I don't know if it's this year. I'm gonna say it is like I do every year. We're gonna win Super Bowl this year. So eventually we actually
16-0 Super Bowl.
19-0, baby.
19-0.
19-0. Patriots couldn't do it. We can. As long as Brady doesn't make it to the Super Bowl, I'll be very confident. Please make it to where they don't get there, Lord, or Satan, or whoever. I guess I need to ask Belichick just to have a bad year. Save Belichick. Because I will be sad if it's against Brady. I'm going to that game. Any of you Poundcast fans out there, me and old Los Panteras will be at Foxborough this year, October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, whatever the hell it is. I think it's the 2nd is the game. Maybe.
I'm not sure.
It's week 4. We have 3 very winnable games, and then we go to the Devil's Lair. So even if we were to lose, we should be sitting at 3-1 in the first quarter, which is super good, way better than last year. We should. If we could get out of the first quarter of the season and not have a hole to dig out of, I feel great about our playoff chances. Because that's coming back from being 1-3. Enough of that.
I can tell you what, if we come out of Buffalo 0-1,
San Fran's week 1.
That's right. And Buffalo's, Buffalo's first home game, right?
1-0 against San Fran is a must.
If we can't come back from bad starts. It's just not. It doesn't happen.
We did that one year. We were 1-3 and then ended up 12-4. It does happen. It's just not to be counted on.
Right.
And we damn sure don't want to be in that position. And on the same token, you got guys like Munnerlyn who came back. He beat us at the Vikings last year and was talking shit about us in his team's locker room, in our house. These guys can't play from behind. So now he's going to be in our locker room. Guys, can we just play from behind? Like, we're going to have different influx of, why is it, let's change this trend. The Panthers have to be aware of the trends that are negative surrounding our team. There are many, and it's just it's an attitude. We just have to literally keep pounding and actually pound. That's all we got to do.
Pound the shit out of everybody.
We can do it. Moving on to some other news about our team. I guess most of you have probably heard Greg Olsen has a holdout looming and may skip out of training camp.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either. Olsen is a team player. He wants to be on this team. It's not an ego thing. He literally just wants what he deserves.
Well, what does he have left?
On his contract?
Yeah, 2 years?
I think so. I don't know the exact details on that. Other than that, amongst other tight ends, he's 7th in tight ends on an average salary and 12th in guaranteed money. He would just like to see those numbers shift a little to the 1, 2, or 3, probably 1, because he is number 1. 3,000-yard seasons, 3 Pro Bowls. I mean, he's the fucking man, really, arguably. You say you'd take Gronk over him. I wouldn't, based on injuries. And I also think Gronk is so great because he plays with the greatest, Tom Brady, period. You'd put him on a team with some dickhead like Case Keenum or something, you wouldn't know who he was.
I think that Greg Olsen is one of the top 3 in the NFL.
But when you take into the fact that he's handsome and he's our guy, he's number 1.
Right.
That's not really a stat you can measure in football unless you're just a real fan like us who measure handsomeness.
Right. I mean, handsomeness is the number 1.
And there's nothing gay about it. He's just a handsome man.
No.
Just like Luke and Cam. I mean, we're a handsome fucking team, and our uniforms are handsome. That's why we're the best. Period.
We did get our black on blacks voted the sexiest uniform in the NFL.
What was it, black on black or blue on blue? Both of them had high ratings.
I thought it was a black on black.
They're both awesome. I love the blue on blue and the black on black. Just get rid of the whites, Jerry. I don't want you to die before it happens. Will you just get rid of the white jerseys? They're boring. I know I have a Cam white jersey. That's because it's autographed well by Cam. And if it wasn't, it would be a black or a blue one. And it would make, not I have it. The house we broke into has it. I'm sorry, that's what I meant to say. Couple more notes from the 3-day minicamp. We got a guy named Mose Frazier punching Luke Kuechly in the face. You may or may not have heard about that after a skirmish. He punched at his face, only clipped the face mask. Jerry Richardson was in attendance watching said thing, and ironically enough, then Mose, whatever the hell your name is, made the best play in the particular scrimmage game, catching a long haul touchdown from Joe Webb. So the dude who wrote the article and was there reporting on the incident says that kid can play pretty well. He's wearing number 81 as a wide receiver right now. You know, chances are he probably sealed his fate, but you never know. The Josh Norman Cam experience, that made them both better.
I think that if you punch Luke Kuechly, Luke should be able to call Julius Peppers over and have him punch you in the face.
Not only that, the way Luke is revered and respected by this team, I feel like everyone would just eat your soul alive. Thomas Davis, Shaq Thompson, and then Cam.
They'll kill you.
Everyone, Luke is...
You don't punch the franchise.
He's the heartbeat of our team. Luke, and I know that Cam's our quarterback, and we've got the Olsons and the TDs of respect, but Luke Kuechly is the heartbeat of this team.
Luke Kuechly is the best player on this team.
No doubt. And he's arguably one of the top 5 players of all time. Literally, if you put all positions together and just have to maximize them. I mean, middle linebacker is hugely important to football, and he is amazing. He's the best I've ever watched. I don't care. You can call it whoever you want. I don't care. I've never seen anyone myself better than Luke Kuechly. And just to be a super good dude and handsome.
You can't rule out the handsomeness factor.
No. And he's just a good dude, man. If you don't like him as a person, you probably should kill yourself.
Probably.
Because you're probably a dick and there's no hope for you. Speaking of other good people that you can't be mad at for long, even if they're not on your team, old D'Angelo Williams has popped up, Mr. Free Agent, on the old radar again.
What's he got himself into?
Well, it sure as hell ain't a football contract yet, so he's broadening his horizons again. He's already made an appearance. I can't remember if it's what the hell it is. It's not WWE professional wrestling. It's TNA or High Impact or some shit. There's all these little sub wrestlings, But D-Will loves wrestling, professional wrestling. Him and Stewart, big fans. They go to all the Royal Rumbles, WrestleManias, get great seats. And he's signing. They had a little video. It was like a 2-minute video of him walking into the headquarters and signing a contract. And I think him and Gary Barnage actually have done something before and they're coming back to do it again.
That's interesting because Gary Barnage is actually still playing.
It's interesting. We'll see. But D-Will's definitely going to try to get some more into the will. Good luck to you, D-Will. We got your shit on the wall. You're a lifer, Panther, to us. I got you on my arm. Mad love and respect. Good luck. I hope you win the title. That would be awesome. Other interesting nuggets and notes. I did not know that Star Lotulelei had shoulder surgery. He's kind of kept on the down low. Mm-hmm. He's limited at these camps. He's still looking good. I mean, he's a little fat because he's not been able to work out.
He'll be back, I think they said, for training.
Yeah, he'll definitely be back, at least taking snaps. And we were talking about next person to get paid would be Turner. Well, Star might be the next casualty, too. You're talking about Norwell. Star might be up there. It just kind of depends.
I mean, you've got Butler now, who you drafted in the first round. Mm-hmm. And you have that expectation, but at the same time, you spent a first-round pick on Star. I think that it's going to be a battle between those two guys, and I'm not sure.
I am interested to see Butler.
Because there's only going to be one spot. You got KK, you can only pay one other star defensive end, no pun intended.
The good news on that is that Butler's coming in second year, and we have 3 or 4 more before we have to worry about him, so there's nothing to be worried about. It's just a thing to watch this season and maybe into next year's. We talked about that. Cam did have his annual kickball, kicking off with Cam or whatever the hell. Josh Norman showed up.
Kick it with Cam.
Giving everybody a hard time. Who's giving you a hard time since I'm not around? Busting balls. That's
TV.
Fun. TD, everyone busting Cam's balls like always. Some other notes from minicamp. It looks like the Panthers are definitely going to try to get their money's worth out of McCaffrey. They're running him to death at practice, putting him in the slot, putting him at back, putting him at return, putting him all over the damn place, out wide, out through the middle, shifting, the fucking bootleg. They're working that boy, and please be the one who can become the great white running back. We believe in you.
We were discussing. I can't remember the last white running back that actually made a difference.
Somebody told me one, and I already forgot it. Who? I don't know. It's been lots of years.
Because you had what was his name? Toby something. Toby Gerhardt. Yeah. I think he came out of Stanford too.
Yeah, well, ironically enough, then.
But
McCaffrey's going to be great. I'm looking forward to Cam having
He's got
him.
some of the best feet I've ever seen.
And just instincts, genetics. He's got Olympians, football players in his blood. I mean, the kid comes from greatness, just like other people that come from greatness usually excel when they've spent their whole life studying greatness. So, please be good. We need you. We want to win. What else?
The Cleveland fans that I was talking about earlier, I asked them, because they're all big Ohio State fans, I asked them about Curtis Samuel, and the one thing that they told me was that he should have stayed in college for another year.
Well, that's fine.
But I think that's kind of what he wanted.
It's a selfish observation. Yeah. He wouldn't have gone, especially with our scouting and the way Gettleman is, he would not have gone second round if we didn't see immense potential in him. 'Cause
Right.
we don't make
You expect second rounders.
we don't
to start.
make dumb picks, really. We really don't have a whole lot of just like blown fucking picks, and I'm excited about him. And just the personal, I've been trying to get every year. I try to get autographed rookie cards from our guys off eBay just to have the draft class of each year. And McCaffrey and Samuel are the only ones that I can't get a reasonable price on. Obviously, McCaffrey makes sense, but Samuel, he's very popular amongst the trading card world and autograph collectors and stuff because people are expecting a lot out of him. It's just like when getting a Cam autograph was almost impossible for a reasonable price. Samuel's up there, right there with McCaffrey. So a lot of people expecting good things from him. I am expecting good things from him. Any other little nuggets you want to talk about? What about old Coleman's?
Kurt Coleman, 11 interceptions over the last 2 years, which is the most interceptions by any NFC player in that time period.
A little interesting note about that stat. Carlos texted that one in.
Yeah.
No, that's a joke.
Patriots Super Bowl rings contain
This is a great story.
283 diamonds.
Maybe you can remember why that might be
28-3.
going into something. Yeah, it's what you call a professional fuck you to the Atlanta Falcons.
And
your
it's
hopes and
diamonds. That's permanent. That is a permanent fuck you to the
You know how
Atlanta
hard it probably
Falcons.
was to put 283 diamonds on one ring
That's a lot of freaking diamonds.
just to say fuck you to the red, black crackhead fucks from Atlanta. That's what you get. I hope you're happy with that. See, not for nothing. I don't know. I just love Tom Brady for screwing your lives up. I know he screwed my life up, but that was so long ago. I've healed. Your wound is fresh, and I get to throw salt at it for years, and my whole life actually, and it makes me joyful. So thank you again, Tom Brady, you Satan worshipping fuck. I appreciate you.
And the last thing that I have is Antonio Brown posted a Snapchat earlier this week of him wearing a Carolina Panthers helmet while working out.
And I feel like the socks also match the color scheme. Just saying.
Yeah, it was definitely a theme, but later on he came out and said that it was a signed Greg Olsen helmet because it was G-O, Greg Olsen time. It was go time.
Still don't understand what that means, why he would do that.
Me either. I think he wants to be a Panther.
Me too. He should be a Panther. Who
Fuck
wants to
the
be in
Steelers.
Pittsburgh? If you're not on the hockey team and you're not doing any good there, there's a miserable place.
Yeah.
Just come be here where there's, not.
Where our quarterback's not a rapist.
That is a huge thing. That's probably why you don't want to be there. He probably just respects women's rights and wants to be a Panther. So send him here.
Yeah.
And I don't really know much else. We're just kind of waiting for some other things to happen, waiting to see some news. Maybe the Olsen contract thing will be resolved next time we talk to you. We'll probably have that giant Mexican with us again next time we talk to you.
Senor Los Pantera.
We try to find another house to break into, so we have another scene to shoot at.
Yeah.
And that's really it. It's tough in the off season. We're doing our best to bite our nails and get by, and there's really nothing else to do. Sorry ass baseball's on, so no one's watching sports.
I
NBA
tried
finals-
watching baseball yesterday. Tried watching the Braves.
No.
It was just.
You're staring at a wall.
I don't have 5 hours.
5, 6, 10. It never ends, these fucking games. It's so boring. And you know what else sucks about baseball is when you're gambling on it and your team's up by a shitload, but then the relievers come in and blow it all. That's another reason I hate baseball, because that keeps happening to me. So fuck baseball and fuck the NBA. Congrats, Steph. We do love you as a human, but overall your league is a piece of shit, and LeBron's a piece of shit, and we just don't.
If you watch
Like
NBA, comment below and let us know, are you even interested in NBA anymore?
Charles Barkley was at the Pittsburgh Predators game waving a flag saying thank God for the NHL because the NBA sucks. From Barkley. It's terrible. You know it is.
It's terrible.
Just saying. Please hurry up, football season. We need some wins. It's going to be great. Comment, subscribe, share. Give us we need some topic ideas. You guys trying to send some topics you'd like us to discuss.
Yeah,
And if it's a good enough one and you have a good enough reason, maybe you can come talk about it with us. We need some shit to talk about until preseason starts, or at least camp news, for fuck's sake. We're running out of ideas here, you people. And then whoever you are from Iowa giving us shit. I hope you're happy with this episode. This one's for you.
Yeah.
And I hope you watched the end so we know we shouted you out. And your comments did make me laugh hysterically because I saw them in the middle of the night and I was just laughing because your comments are funny. I don't know. I just thought it was funny. Iowan fans. I like Iowa. I like Slipknot.
Matt Ferry's from Iowa.
Matt Ferry is from Iowa. We have a friend kind of a friend. He doesn't really talk to me anymore, but what can you do? Keep fucking pounding, I guess is what you do. We'll see you next
Keep pounding.
time. I don't know if it's next week or what, but we'll see you next time. Guaranteed.
Next time. Later.
Come to FanFest.
Keep pounding.
If you like us, please subscribe to us at Panthers Poundcast on YouTube.
Cam says, like on Facebook.
And click the bell next to subscribe to get notifications every time we release a new video. Keep
Keep pounding.